Today I wanted to talk about throwing axes. It's something we like to do for fun here in the mountains, and it's a fun practice. It's something you don't do every day. I noticed this is kind of taken off. There's pubs and such that feature axe throwing, just like they, I guess, play darts in the pubs in Great Britain. We've been throwing axes for many years here at the house, and have had a lot of fun doing it. It's a good fun with friends and with family. We'll take a look at the target, show you a couple different axes, and fire away. Let's talk about the target. I built a tripod of cedar, and if you noticed, I through bolted the pieces together with long screws and bolts and nuts that you can get at any hardware store. I put a big cross piece to hold the section of wood. It's hardwood that I found along Montvale Road. Someone had cut a tree and I just picked it up and put it in my truck. Hardwood's good because it has, a lot of times like this, a little burl in it, so it will hold the axe but it won't split. They're heavy. It's definitely a two-person job to get it up there. I've also put wood screws through the back into the disc target to hold it. You wouldn't want that to fall forward and topple on somebody. It would be very dangerous. So you need a sturdy unit. If you build a target like this, somebody's going to throw something at it. I remember one time I had some workmen here working on the back of the house, and they at lunchtime took a break and took the circular saw blades off of their circular saws and were throwing them in here like ninja stars. Where you line up to throw your axe depends on many variables. Depends on the size of the axe, how far you weigh, and how many rotations you want before it hits the target. For a single rotation, I like to put these little stakes on the side of my throwing lane so I know where the sweet spot is for certain axes. For example, this small tomahawk throwing axe and this big Gransford and Bruck heavy throwing axes. They each have different sweet spots, so I mark them so I don't have to reinvent it every time I go throw. I'll show you. Not bad. To throw this double bit Gransford and Bruck Swedish throwing axe, it's really a two-handed job. You can throw it one-handed, but I usually use two. You have to step into it, slide your hand down to the base, get it to rotate, and pull it through. Follow through is the key, just like throwing a Frisbee. You got to be careful. Both ends are sharp. You can lop your ear off or catch your leg or your back as you wind it up. Let me show you. You can throw this one-handed, but you gotta be careful and really focus on what you're doing. It takes a lot of coordination and practice. This is a heavy axe, so it can do a lot of damage. You got to treat it with respect, but throwing axes is a lot of fun, particularly on a beautiful day like today in the mountains of East Tennessee. It always helps to find an inspiring place to toss an axe.